Hi there and welcome to today's practice. Today we are going to be doing another card pull, an oracle card to inform today's practice of what we need, what the body needs, what the soul needs. But we are just going to pull one card today. So, okay, we have it. Okay, so our card is Yeshe Tsogyal. I am so sorry if I pronounce anything wrong. Lady of the Lotus-Born. And her phrase is, embodiment is the deepest bliss. My body was made for enlightenment, which is just so perfect for yoga, especially meditative yoga. The idea that when we embody love, compassion, breath, that we reach our deepest bliss. Yeshe Tsogyal represents a deep wisdom that has been much misunderstood. She is the ultimate spiritual wisdom, that the human body is all that is needed for enlightenment. Okay, wow. So the human body is all that is needed for enlightenment. So bringing the body into stillness, looking inwards. Yeshe is born as a princess in Tibet in 777 CE. So if you see a lot of angel numbers, 777, this definitely might be for you. According to legend, she was born in the same way as the Buddha. A mantra resounded and her mother gave birth to Yeshe painlessly. Wow. Her name means Wisdom Lake Queen, because at the moment of her birth, a nearby lake doubled in size, symbolizing her tremendous wisdom, her waters of enlightenment. So waters might be being a little bit flowy and also allowing a bit of stillness. She received esoteric initiations and became a fully enlightened Buddha in the form of an ordinary woman. When your soul selects her card, it can be easy to forget that everything we touch, everything we say, and everything we do is not separate from the divine. She embodies one of the most potent spiritual truths, that the female body is an asset to enlightenment, not a hindrance. The body is a vehicle to free us from the idea that there are any limitations to reality. We often see the physical as just all that is, and that is the only way it can be. But this is saying this is actually no limitations. Your body is actually the vessel and the vehicle that we use to break out of where we are currently. I hope I make sense when I say that. We're using our body as a way to change things rather than just settling for what is in the physical. Tantra, which weaves together the sacred and the mundane to reveal the spiritual nature of all things, allowed Yeshe to realize that she was both an ordinary woman and an incarnation of the Buddha, Vajra Yogini. So we have another card that says, I am fully human and fully divine. I think it was the Mary of Magdalene. So the idea that we can be both. We can be in our human body and we can be a soul. And what we're doing in yoga is just marrying the two. This is your moment to see your gorgeous body as the tremendous gift it is. It is the moment to realize that there is no greater intoxication than just being fully in your body from head to soul. Okay, wow. Yeshe is the call to remember the holiness of your flesh, the deep wisdom in your body, and the temple you walk around in every day. The soul voice meditation is what helps me remember that my body is sacred. Couldn't be more perfect for yoga. Okay, so we're not going to focus too much on the word enlightenment, as that can place a very strong pressure on your practice. We don't want that. We want to come into the practice with a bit of playfulness and open-mindedness and just arrive in the body. We're not expecting anything from this practice in particular other than uniting the soul and the body in the present. The way that we do that is simply by observing how your body feels, what your body needs, the way that your breath floods into the body and pours out of the body. When we're feeling ready, we begin to inhale, shine the tailbone up towards the sky, Open the chest and draw your crown towards the ceiling. Exhale, push your shins into the ground, push your fingertips forwards and down, tuck your tailbone and roll in the opposing direction. Inhale, open. We are going to be doing a lot of breath-led movements. So most of our movements, we're focusing on just embodying the breath. Embodying the life force in us. Constantly tapping in, how does the body feel? Think about where you can bring length into your torso. Think about what your body needs in this moment. If you need to get a little bit creative, drawing hip circles, maybe drawing a wave. Maybe you need complete stillness, maybe you need that traditional cat-cow. Just allow yourself to arrive in your body, tap into what your body needs in the present. Because our cards spoke so much about the body and using the body as a vessel, as a vehicle to achieving quietness within, to uniting soul, the body, the breath, the mind, the energy, we're going to place most of our focus today on what the body needs. Often in practice I say focus on what your energy needs, meet yourself where you're at. But today we're really going to tap into where do you have areas of stagnancy, areas of tightness? Do you have any pent up energy that you need to move? Is one area calling out to be stretched? Allow yourself, when you're feeling ready, drop the chest towards the floor, send the legs back, roll your shoulders up towards the ears, and peel them back and down, elbows hug towards your chest. Exhale, release and relax down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. This time we do just the left shoulder. Opening out to one side. Exhale, lower just the right. And lower it down. Both sides again. Left. And right. Well done. This time we drop right forearm beneath the chest. Inhale, draw left leg in towards you. Shine your head forwards. And draw the left heel towards the left buttocks. Inhale, keep the chest open, the spine long. Exhale, deepen into your stretch if that feels right for you. Well done. We swap over. Left hand draws where the right arm was, and we draw the right arm onto the right foot. Kick the right foot into the right hand, create an openness, this length, and we deepen on the out breath. When you're ready, hands come underneath the shoulders and we press up. We send it up into our downwards dog. Begin to pedal through the heels. The card spoke about a lake doubling in size when she was born. Think about where you can expand, taking up more room. Allowing the body to take up a bit more room, a bit more space. Allowing the posture to be better, more open, more tall, can do wonders for how we are inside. Today is all about how can we move our body differently? How can we use the body to make positive change within? Often when we're walking down the street, if you just make that note to yourself to pull the shoulders back, draw the chin a little bit higher, draw a little smile, you'll find even from the outside, the inside looking out, things feel slightly different. You have a different air to you. Even just by pulling the shoulders back, drawing a bit more length into the spine. So we're essentially doing that on the mat. We're using the body to change the outcome. Using the body to change the state. When you're ready, lift the left leg and then peel it through. Knee comes to chest. Plant it down into a low lunge. Drop your back knee, top of the back foot. Open your chest forwards. Think about, again, that open heart space. Where can we allow confidence, openness? Place your right fingertips down, bare deeply into the ground, and reach your left hand to the sky. Inhale. Make sure that your base is wide enough to keep your balance and allow you to press into your right shin, windmill the arms up. Drop your hips forwards here to really accentuate that stretch from the right knee to the right fingertips. Lovely low crescent moon lunge. Well done. Gently windmill the arms back down. Walk your hands back. Dorsiflex your foot. And then we step it forwards and swap sides. Well done. Lovely low lunge. Left hand bears down and we open up. Your back knee can be dropped or lifted. Do what feels right for you. If it is lifted, when we come into our lovely windmill position, you might require a little bit more focus on the balance. Think about using the body to instill strength into your energy. We're really pushing that front foot down, pushing our back shin down, bringing length from left knee to left fingertips. Exhale, come forwards and down. Inhale, open your chest as you hinge the hips back. Exhale, close off the chest as you step that back leg to the front. Drop the knees into a deep bend, roll forwards. Heart space melts down to the shins. Well done. From here, we're going to step the right leg back and then heel or hinge on both balls of the feet until both feet are facing forwards. Hands come down just beneath your shoulders. Inhale deeply. If we feel comfortable too, we are going to gently rotate the feet so that the toes shine very subtly outwards. Soft bend in the knees. Left hand turns anti-clockwise, right hand turns clockwise. Walk your hands through and keep your hips lifted. We are long, we're open here. If your head does touch the ground here, we're not placing any weight down. All of the energy is being bedded down through the feet, hips are lifted. Imagine someone pulling your hip creases very subtly back. Heart space is open. And when you're ready, walk your hands forwards. Heel toe a little bit closer. You don't have to come too close here. We still want this lovely wide stance. We're going to drop the hip to the heel. So left hip to left heel. Plant your left hand on the outer side of that left hip and rainbow your arm up and over. Inhale deeply. Close off your heart space. Hands crawl over the front of your pose. Hand comes behind your hip and we open to the other side. Dorsiflex through that left foot. Keep the feet super active. Hips lift in a way that feels right for you as you come through center. If you are super balanced, feeling super strong in the knees, you might come through center like so. But I really love that sensation of arching the back forwards, curling through the shoulders, and then coming into a rise. So do what feels right for your body. Your body holds wisdom. Your body knows exactly what you need in the present. Well done. Hopefully your balance is better than mine. Well done. Last one here. Before we come back, heel toe again, not together, still relatively wide, around shoulder distance apart. And we are going to come into a lovely external rotation within the hips and the feet. Your feet are facing gently outwards, like the shape of a V. Hips are back, knees come nice and wide, elbows gently opening through the knees. We are tall through the heart space, tall through the back of the neck, relaxed through the jaw. Toes bear down. Forehead is completely relaxed. Well done. When you're ready, hands come out in front. We are going to bear our weight evenly through the hands and the feet, and then swivel up to a nice tall stand. Swivel back down. We are gently rotating on the balls of the feet as we do this. We swivel up. Hips lift. Swivel down. Swivel up. Swivel down. Well done. Last one. And coming down. Well done. From here, hands come behind us. Send your legs out in front. We're coming into our first yin pose. Slide your legs up towards one another, soles of the feet meet, and we draw our hips as close towards your pelvis as you feel comfortable to. You might interlace around the tips of the toes. You might send your hands out in front. You might forward fold completely. Do what feels right for you. We are soft through the shoulders, soft through the spine, soft through all of the muscles in the target area and the upper body and the face. Everything is heavy and soft. Just as we use the body to instill feelings of courage, confidence, strength in our yang practice, to promote a peacefulness as all of our awareness settles on marrying the body and the breath. In yin, we use the body to change our energetic state. We bring the body into stillness, knowing that eventually, in time, the slowness of the breath and the stillness of the body will allow a stillness to overflow into the mind and the energy body and the emotional body. Emotions and waters are often related. Often, if we try and decode dreams, it's thought that water is a reflection of where we are at emotionally. If we dream about choppy waters or still waters, it's often related also to the subconscious. So if we're talking about a body of water doubling, the subconscious expanding into your practice, stepping out of that human brain, stepping away from the thoughts, and instead allowing yourself to step back into that passive state. Just as the body is in a state of allowing and surrender, if the body is switched off, the mind does the same. We allow the subconscious to begin to arise. Into the consciousness, into the awareness. Things that we hold, things that may have existed in the darkness. We just shine a little spotlight on. Our card spoke a lot about wisdom. Any practice like this where we are looking inwards quietly, compassionately, silently, with an observation rather than a reaction or a response, allows us to expand our self-knowledge. And when you understand yourself, you understand others. When you're ready, we gently peel the legs back together. I'm going to take a little counter pose by just laying down on our back or our front if that feels more right for you. Yoga has always been seen as a way to bring your body into a meditative state. Some practices are more preparing your body for stillness, allowing your body to sit in stillness for a long time, allowing the body and the breath to unite so we get into that meditative state. And other practices are meditative themselves. Whilst you're doing the practice, the whole intention is to allow your energy to shift into that Zen-like state, that yin-like state, the passive observer. When you're feeling ready, slide your right leg up towards you. Left leg up towards you. Draw your left leg over towards your right hand side. And if it feels okay for you to do so, then we can also slide our right leg into a deep bend, taking that right foot into your left hand. We switch off through every muscle in the body. Breathing deeply. In our flowing portion of the session, we married breath and body. We allowed our awareness to be on that synchronizing, that uniting of the two. In yin, we allow ourselves to observe how the breath moves the body when we're in stillness. How does the body change the sensation that you feel? Just as the poses can start off intense, really grabbing our awareness, pulling us into the present moment, they often ebb and flow into a little bit more of an enjoyable pose. The intensity begins to feel more like a lovely, juicy, deep stretch. Well done, swapping sides when you're ready. And just as the poses themselves become more gentle, more enjoyable, so too does the practice itself. Well done. Softening down where you can on this next side. When our body is in a yin-like state, it's still, it's switched off. We're melting into the ground, not resisting gravity. It can feel a little bit unnatural if we are in that yang-like energy. If we're in the energy of doing, rushing around, being active, on the go, and then we come into stillness, the mind can resist the practice, the body can be switched on and resisting the poses. The more we surrender energetically, physically, mentally, allowing yourself to melt into the energy of being rather than doing, the more enjoyable the practice becomes. We use our body as a tool to return to our natural state of being. Releasing away resistance. Just allowing yourself to be a soul in a body, in a pose, on a mat, in the present. Everything else, every thought, every to-do is not for now. We observe them and we come back to present. We don't need to put a pin in anything for later. We don't need to remember, we don't need to change anything. If we have anything big come up that feels attached or heavy, we don't need to address it. All we need to do is shine our light on it. Imagine that you're holding a little spotlight looking inwards, and you just look at it without response, without reaction. Nothing to do other than exist and be here. This is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself, for your mind, for your body. Increasing the range of motion of the body. Releasing tension from the fascia and the yin tissues. It's one of the most amazing things you can do for your mind. Any meditative practice is amazing for improving your self-knowledge, your knowledge of others, your ability to be present and compassionate, your ability to increase your self-awareness. When you're ready, we're coming into our Savasana or just seated meditation, whatever feels right for you. We send our legs long, rest your hands on anywhere on your torso that feels like it needs extra nurturing or attention. And we're just going to reflect on our meditation, our mantra. Embodiment is the deepest bliss. My body was made for enlightenment. What helps me remember that my body is sacred? So that might be something that you meditate on in silence here. Meditating on something just means we observe whatever comes up when we ask ourselves that question or when we repeat that mantra. What feelings do we hold around that? What stories do we hold? Observing from that same space of compassion. What reminds us that our body is sacred? One of the most important things that we can do for our body to remind it and us of its importance, its ability to bring us back to who we are, our very essence, is coming onto the mat and moving, or finding stillness. Showing it some love by turning up for yourself, which you all have done today, so well done. When you're ready, we're going to hug our legs in towards us. Gently roll and then come onto one side. Well done. Hands come into Anjali Mudra. Namaste.